A spoiled heiress meets her match in a fearless judge, and what happens next will leave you questioning the true meaning of justice. In a courtroom filled with people, the judge, an imposing black man with a stern but fair demeanor, takes his seat at the bench. The defendant, a young, well-dressed, and visibly entitled woman, enters the room chewing gum and scrolling through her phone. The judge slams his gavel, calling the court to order. "Ms. Thompson, you are charged with reckless driving, destruction of public property, and endangering lives. How do you plead?" he asks. Ms. Thompson, rolling her eyes, replies, "Ugh, not guilty, obviously. This is such a waste of my time." Gasps ripple through the courtroom as the judge raises an eyebrow but remains composed. The judge warns her to take the proceedings seriously, but Ms. Thompson smirks and responds, "Seriously? Do you know who my dad is? I'm sure we can clear this up with a phone call." The judge's expression hardens as he asserts, "Ms. Thompson, I assure you your father's influence holds no weight here. This court values justice above all." The courtroom murmurs as the tension rises. Ms. Thompson's arrogance becomes clear when she dismissively remarks, "Oh, please. No one got hurt, so what's the big deal?" The judge leans forward, locking eyes with her, and states firmly, "The big deal, Ms. Thompson, is that the law applies to everyone, and your lack of remorse is deeply troubling." Ms. Thompson whispers audibly to her lawyer, complaining about her time being wasted, and the judge calls her to approach the bench. As she saunters up with visible arrogance, the judge informs her that her reckless actions could have cost lives and that her behavior demands a lesson in accountability. She snaps back, asking what he means, to which the judge calmly but firmly sentences her to 200 hours of community service at the local hospital's trauma unit, where she will witness firsthand the consequences of reckless actions. Ms. Thompson gasps in horror, protesting that such places are gross, but the judge remains resolute, stating, "Perhaps a dose of reality will help you understand the value of others' lives. This is my court, Ms. Thompson, and my decision is final." Outside the courtroom, reporters swarm Ms. Thompson, whose entitled facade begins to crack. The narrator's voiceover explains that while her sentence was met with mixed reactions, many applauded the judge's decision to teach her a lesson no amount of money could buy. A montage follows of Ms. Thompson working at the trauma unit, cleaning floors, witnessing injured patients, and eventually helping with small tasks. Gradually, her attitude shifts as she begins to understand the real consequences of her actions. The story culminates with Ms. Thompson speaking at a community event. She admits, "I used to think the rules didn't apply to me, but working with people who've been hurt by reckless decisions changed my perspective. I'm grateful for the chance to grow and give back." The audience claps, and the scene cuts to the judge watching the broadcast from his chambers, a small smile of satisfaction on his face. The narrator's final voiceover emphasizes that accountability can be a powerful teacher and that sometimes the harshest lessons lead to the greatest growth. The screen fades to black with the text, "Justice served, lessons learned."